out and learn from it and build on?
That has been the approach. I'm not sure how to answer that question. I mean, we've had, you got to take a step back and look at everything from what you're doing to how you're doing to who's doing it. And so, just we've done that internally, and we've had, what I think has been some pretty hard practices, but we have a long way to go, and we got to flush a lot of stuff out of our system and readdress a few things and move forward.
How, there's been other bumps in the road over your coaching career, but how concerned are you about this particular move?
Very. Very. I mean, I said after the game, I don't think, that was embarrassing. Now, that being said, and so you kind of have to take a step back and try to figure why did that happen? How did that happen? Which we're doing. So, but it's a bump. You can't dwell on that. You guys have heard me say, it's a long year. You can't have high highs and low lows. But it is something that we're not just going to say, oh, forget that, and call it a blip and ignore it and move on. So, we worked on a few things, and we'll see how we come up and play tomorrow.
How can you characterize any things that you've worked on or changes you might make as dramatic, or are they just
possibly? But I'd rather not talk about it.
Right.
Sometimes when you blow somebody out, you're not that good. When you get blown out, you're not that bad. Is that one of these cases, or did you?
I hope so.
Okay.
I hope so. We're not as bad as we looked the other day. But at the same time, that did happen. So we just have to address it.
Where's the line of, obviously what you do has worked here for a long time, but where's that line work between sticking with what's been proven to work versus what isn't working for a specific team and having to make changes for the specific?
No, I think by asking that question, I don't think you're watching us play. And what I mean by that is we're doing a lot of things different than what we've done in the past. This team is not doing this I take from that you're saying you're doing the exact same thing that you have been doing. Are you going to change what you're doing? And I think if you look at how we're trying to do things, it has been much different than what how we try to do things. Even in that game the other day, as Ron pointed out in the questions, we came out, we went go inside. And so where's that line? I think with every team, or at least I don't approach anything as this is how we do things. This is how we're always going to do things. There's never going to be change. I think if you truly watch our teams, there has been change and differences with each and every team. And this team is doing a lot of things, most things differently than how we've done it in the past.
Do you feel can defense help you guys get your offense back in? I've heard, obviously, I feel like the coaches talk about that a lot. Maybe defense can help a team that's younger.
Well, that has been what we've hung our hat on so far this year. Now, and our defense has been fairly good, with the exception of Monday, whatever that Tuesday. With the exception of Tuesday, our defense has been pretty good. And with this team that we have right now, going into the season, we knew our defense was going to have to be very good to put ourselves in a position to have games. So hopefully, what we have to do a better job of is, I think I said this in the post game. We've been getting stops for the most part, but they now have to start turning into not just stops, but into transition baskets, and we just have to see if we can get a few offensive rebounds also.
How would you characterize just the guys' morale at the moment?
Anxious. I wouldn't say it's down. We're ready to get back on the court.
How do you get Hopkins out of that funk that you see?
Trying to figure that out. You got any suggestions? Yeah. I mean, we need him. We need him. Just where the progression of some of our younger guys, we need him to be able to, or the lack thereof, I should say. We need him to be able to contribute, and so we got to get him out. We're trying a variety of methods, and he just got to relax and play.
Is there what about the younger guys? Is there, for some of those guys that haven't gotten a lot of minutes, is this an opportunity for them to push and show you that?
We'll see.
With that said, as a guy like Stephen Domingo who came here with heavily recruited, a big reputation as a shooter, hasn't shown that part of his game so much yet. What have you seen from him to this point? What do you need to see for him to get out there?
Well, I mean, I think he's a freshman. He's going through the normal growing pains that a freshman goes through, and so he has to produce more.
How do you defend this Harrison guy?
He's terrific. He's not just a deep range shooter. He can do it off the bounce. He's catch and shoot. He can score. He puts the ball in the basket. so it's one of those situations where man or zone, everyone has to know where he is, not just the person that's either A in his area in the zone or B who's guarding him man to man. You have to know where he is. And what he's doing a pretty good job of is, you know, when he's not scoring the ball, he's finding guys. You know, he's used to everyone with 5 guys on defense paying attention to him, and they do a good job of cutting and moving back behind your defense when he has the ball.
Greg, I think he had 3 offensive rebounds in the first game of the year, and since then hasn't been getting them consistently. I don't think he had any in the last 2. Is he maybe not hanging out too much on the perimeter, or is there some reason that he's not been? Is there something you'd like to see different out of him?
Has he been on the perimeter primarily?
I know he's taken the most threes on the team, so just from that perspective.
No, but if you look at as I said to you earlier, if you look at the game, he's not just hanging out on the perimeter. He's probably gotten as many post touches as anybody else. So I don't think it's a function of. Let me answer your question. Yes, Greg Whittington needs to rebound more, but I don't think he's just floating on the perimeter.
Does the production of their center Nigerian guy, does that kind of jump out at you in terms of what he can do defensively?
He's a presence. I mean, I think he leads the nation in block shots. And every tape you see, you see guys that they're getting to the rim. There he is. And so he's a big-time presence in there. And so we have to know that and know that he's going to be there and be ready to play off of that.